But then I lost my house, you know, my business, my house, my dog, my dad, my marriage. And losing my dad, you know, I talk about my parents, and again, I want to reiterate, I love my parents. They're amazing human beings. My dad was one of my favorite people in the world, one of the only people I really looked up to, you know? And I called him the redneck Buddha. Because, dude, he could Bondo a Rolls Royce. I mean, it was crazy. He could fix anything with like duct tape and a hammer, WD-40. He was the coolest dude. He never complained. He never talked bad about anybody. He never wanted anything that he didn't have. He was content with his life, you know? He never bought stuff. He didn't give a shit at all about material stuff. He always drove the shittiest car in the family so somebody else could drive a little bit nicer car, you know? And losing him was ground shaking. I mean, it was a really difficult thing. And you know, he never complained. The only thing my dad would ever complain about is every once in a while, when me and my brother and my sister were all home, chilling in the living room or whatever, he would lean in and he would look at us and he would smile and he would look around and make sure my mom couldn't hear him, and he would go, "Y'all think we got enough knickknacks in here?" Because my mom's a 70-something-year-old white lady that lives at the beach, and buddy, she loves knickknacks, okay? And I want to be very clear about something. It's not a hoarder situation. It's very clean. It's vacuumed and dusted, but it's a lot of shit. You know, it's just like a lighthouse and a conch shell by a starfish and a sand dollar and a flip-flop coaster, you know? It's a lot of live, laugh, love. Dance like nobody's watching. It's a lot. It's a bird bath with a Bible verse on it, made out of seashells, also a bird house. There's a fountain. It's a lot. And I think my dad kind of looked around the house and he's like, "Why are we decorating the table? The table is a dolphin. Why are you decorating a decoration?" Like, if you want to put your sailboat coffee cup down on a flip-flop cup coaster, you're going to have to move the southern living over by the coastal living. You kind of push that over by the seashell-encrusted playing card holder. And then there's a fake swan with some fake flowers in it. You need to look out for that. Then set it down, you know? And I feel like my dad just kind of looked around the house from his recliner, and he was just like, $60, $120, $40, $480. He was like, "There's $250,000 worth of bullshit in this house that's worth maybe $17 to another old white lady at a yard sale when the shit hits the fan," you know what I mean? Then when he passed away, I told you it happened quick, and we were all it was a lot. We were all like lost. And my mom said, "You know, I just didn't really have a plan. I'm going to get him cremated, and we'll figure it out. And then, you know, when I go, you cremate me, and we'll be together." And we were like, "We support you. Whatever you need, we support you." And so we got him cremated. And she said, "You know, I want to get him a really beautiful urn." And I said, "Well, you know, he was a simple guy, you know. He would have wanted you to get him a simple urn, like just a little cedar box, you know what I mean? He wasn't materialistic, you know. He never wanted stuff like that. He would have wanted you to get him a cedar box and you save the rest of the money for something important like a lighthouse or a conch shell." And she was like, "No, I want to get him a beautiful urn. It's important to me." We said, "Hey, we got your back." And she did. We got her the most beautiful urn. I mean, it is so beautiful. It's very nautical, very coastal, and it's half beigey taupe and half blue-green. You know, beigey taupe like the beach, blue-green like the ocean. And there's these little tiny baby sea turtles. It's clay. It's a ceramics piece by a local potter. Little baby sea turtles going to the ocean where only 10% of them will survive. It's about the size of a basketball, and it's round, but they still manage to rough up the edges like white ladies like, you know? What's that called? You know how a white lady will take like a perfectly good piece of furniture and paint it robin's egg blue and then beat it with a chain and throw it down the stairs? What's it called? Distressing. Yeah, that's a perfect fucking word for that, isn't it?
That is distressing. They're always like, how do you think this dresser looks? I'm like, oh my God, Kelly, that looks so good. It looks way better than when it was solid mahogany. Love that chalky yellow. But the urn is distressed. It's got sea turtles. It's got the beach. It's coastal. On the top, it's got a little piece of driftwood, and it's tied on with a little burlappy rope, you know? We've got it sitting on this table behind a recliner, and then there's a conch shell right there, and there's this sailboat figurine thing here, and there's this metal lighthouse hanging art thing on the wall behind it, and then under there, there's some coastal living magazines. What I'm telling you is my dad became a knick-knack. And listen. Circle of life is what I'm trying to say. Careful what you resist. But it was tough, man. It was tough. All of that. It was roughly 16 months of just boom, 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 boom. And you either got to bend or break, you know? And people say you got to do the work. That's what they call it, you know? You got to do the work. And I did, buddy. I really tried my hardest to do the work. I meditated like twice, you know what I mean? Like. And I developed this spiritual mantra, okay? And I want to share it with you. And I'm paraphrasing. I certainly didn't make this up. I'm paraphrasing probably every spiritual teacher in history that we've contorted and distorted. But here's the thing. In this moment right now, in this theater, everything we're doing here, this is where joy is, this is where laughter is, this is where love is. Now is all we got. And right now, nothing's wrong. Right now, in this moment. And there's only a few ways to experience now. I know this isn't funny. Hang in there, okay? It's gonna get funny in a second. Some of you are like, this is sad. I like to bring the energy way down at the end of the show. I still go for the standing ovation. It's ambitious, I get it, you know. It's like showing up for a first date with shit in your pants and still trying to hook up. It's like, hey, I'm really sorry about pooping. You want to make out or anything? No? Okay. Nice to meet you. Now is all there is. And here are the ways that you can experience now. Joy. I'm joyful that you guys came here. But if there was like 43 of you speckled about, I would not be joyful. But I would accept it. That's the next thing. If you can't find joy in it, can you at least accept it? And if you can't accept it, the next state is change. Can you change it? If you can't accept it, can you change it? Because the next state is suffering. And you suffer until or unless you can change or accept what is, right? And I just take that with you, okay? I know it's not funny, but take it with you. And I can get there. I can get there some days. Some days for days at a time. Some days all day. Some days just a couple times. But I can get there where I'm just in it. And I'm not worried about the future or the past. It's partly because I live in a van. But you know what I mean? Like it's easy when you're eating mushrooms by a waterfall. But you know, it's like, some of you are still blown away that I have a haircut and a suit. Like, is that him? I don't think it's him. I haven't worn a suit since I married that girl that banged those dudes. But I can get there and I can stay in it. And it's hard to shake me. I like to think like I'm spiritually unfuckwithable these days. And it's like, that's powerful, man. But there are some things that rattle my cage, Mike Johnson, you know?